This is my holiday blessing to you. All right. Okay. I'm going to teach you some stuff that you normally got to pay a lot of money to come and learn. So get your ink pen out and pay close attention today. Okay. All right. So today we're talking about the difference between a 1040 and a 1041. I just got through reading some numbers to you. Let me read them again for you all just came in late. All right. $1,042,154.79. All right. The second number is $76,884.79. This is Shantae's 1041 tax refund from 2022. All right. It took 13 months to get this money. And all she put in the bank was $96,000. All right. So you say, Brother Ricky, that sounds so incredulous, so incredible. It sounds like, now listen, when I'm teaching you all something, I'm not teaching you like trying to convince you. When I'm talking to you about something, I'm not talking to you trying to convince you about, about what I'm saying, like a salesperson. I'm not a salesperson. All right. What I am is I'm an information provider. I'm a consultant. So when I'm consulting you about things, I'm consulting you about what's happening, not about what may be happening, what may be coming down the road, all of that. I'm just telling you what's happening. Now it's up to you to get rid of your own unbelief, because the fact that you don't believe it don't mean that Shantae didn't get a check for $1,042,154.79. Not only that, but because it took him 13 months to give it to her, her interest was $76,884.79. And you mean to tell me you don't want to learn how to file a 1041? You mean to tell me you're going to spend the rest of your life filing 1040s? Are you hearing me? So let me show you some reasons why her check was so much bigger than and how people behave, how wealthy people behave. All right. And you say, Ricky, y'all come from all that money. We don't come from the money. I come from the south side of Chicago. All right. I come from 38th and Cottage Grove. All right. I don't come from no money. I come from the hood. I just study where the money is, and then I put my money into where the money is. All right. And I put my time into where the money is, and I file the paperwork to get you back money. Why in the world would I file some paperwork that ain't gonna give me back no money? Why would I be putting my money in the bank and they making all the money? And I'm partnering with the bank, but I'm not no real partner. See, those of you all who are filing 1040s, you are filing stuff without a partnership. So a 1040 is an individual tax return. So just look up 1040 and it says individual tax return. All right. So as soon as you start doing things as an individual, you automatically start tying your own hands up. So 1040 equals handcuffs. You say, what do you mean, Brother Ricky? You might as well, when you file a 1040, instead of a 1041, you might as well handcuff yourself, what? To poverty, and say, thank you very much, here I am, and just deliver yourself to what? The poverty police station, all right? Or the PPS, the poverty police station. Say, how you get up in here, man? I'm turning myself in. How you turn yourself in? Because I'm filing a 1040. Now, you say, Brother Ricky, what does that mean? It's because it's an individual tax return. Nobody makes money as an individual. Are you listening to me? You've been taught individualism all your life. You got taught it through school. You got taught it through church. You got taught it through your peers. You got taught it through subliminally. You got taught it through your environment. You've been taught individualism all of your life. Individuals don't make money. Estates make money. Are you listening to me? Individuals are broke. Estates are rich. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Wealthy people file what? 1041s because they are the reporting of an estate's activities. They're not the filing of an individual's life. Did you get what I said? So this individual behavior is nothing but handcuffs. That's why I'm teaching you today between the difference between a 1040 and a 1041. You're probably saying, Brother Ricky, I ain't never even heard of a 1041. Of course you haven't. Why? Because you got trained in public schools. You got trained in public schools, and you may have taken accounting 1 and accounting 2. And the idea of a 1041 was never even brought up. Why? Because the teacher was broke. The teacher is what? Hired by the state to teach you. So they're teaching what? Statutory ideas. Are you hearing me? Paid $100,000. Some of you all paid $100,000 to go to school. I paid $40,000 to go to a little community college. I'm in there for 2.5 years Took me 2.5 years because I had 101 credits when I graduated because I'm so goofy. I didn't even know most of the stuff I was taking didn't even go towards the college degree. I'm trying to figure out when I'm gonna get out of here. I got almost straight A's and it's taking me forever to graduate. And finally somebody pulled my coat and said, "Brother, the lady who was in charge, her name was Marvin. Bless her beautiful heart." She said, "Brother Ricky, most of the stuff you're doing don't even go with your degree." I was like, "Is that so?" She was like, "Yeah. So take this class and this class and this class." I'm like, "But the counselor, the one that told me what classes to take." She said, "Don't listen to them. Now you are some you know you're in the middle of some nonsense. When somebody tell you don't listen to the counselor." I said, "The counselor's the reason I'm taking these classes." She said, "Boy, you got 101 credits. You only need 64 to graduate." You hear me? So I got a big old extra bill for no reason, just out of naivety. Why? Because you can't rise above your teaching. All right? Are you hearing what I'm telling you? You can't rise above your teaching. You ain't never heard of a 1041. So how you gonna file it and you ain't never even heard of it? Why? Because you went to a school with a teacher who don't even know what a 1041, your accountant teacher didn't know what a 1041 was. Are you hearing me? If the blind lead the blind and they both what? Fall into a ditch. Your accountant teacher ain't never got her money back from the bank. Your accountant teacher didn't even know there's no such thing as you can get your money back from the bank. Your accounting teacher ain't never heard of a 1041, never heard of accrual accounting. Your accounting teacher, I'm talking about the one that helps you get a degree. If you accountant right now, the person that trained you and taught you, they taught you how to do generally accepted accounting principles. That's what they taught you. They didn't teach you accrual accounting. And you know what? That's cruel. You know, even Elvis Presley had that much sense. He said, "Don't be cruel." He said, "Don't be cruel." All right. Why? Because general accounting practices is cruel because it doesn't create tax credits. It only does what? It only talks you about getting deductions. All right. So I'm gonna go through this. If you are on a computer, or close to a computer, I want you to on one of your screens, I want you to pull up a 1041. On your other screen, I want you to pull up a 1040. All right. I'm just going to teach you. I don't have no screens here. I ain't got no board here and all this. But if you at the crib and you listen to me right now and you finally relax because you ain't got to go to that slave job for a day or two, then come on, it's your chance to really get educated. All right. So the 1040 is an individual tax return. So here are the things you file with it. You file a Schedule C, you file a Schedule A, and hopefully you can get some earned income credits. And boom, that's about it. So you file a 1040. Here are the things that you do to try to get a portion of the money that you spent. So these 1040s, they got you fighting for crumbs. You say, what do you mean by that? All you can get when you file a 1040, all you can get back is a write-off based on a Schedule A, which means you can itemize your deductions in your house, your mortgage, and this and that. Your mortgage being the number one thing that you can itemize. Okay, and thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Somebody, if you subscribe to YouTube, put done in the chat like my sister did right here. All right. And I appreciate that. That gave me a lot of energy today. That made me feel good about getting up on Christmas Eve and talking to y'all. All right. So thank you. I appreciate that. But more importantly, thank you to you, because congratulations to you, because you're going to be blessed. Because when you start spreading some word to somebody else and you ain't just thinking about yourself, you're gonna be blessed. You're gonna make a lot of money. Good stuff gonna happen to you. That's why I'm rich, because I'm always trying to help somebody else. Always trying to help somebody else. Always. God bless you. God bless. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. Congratulations. So if you haven't subscribed to YouTube and you do it, just put done in the chat so I can congratulate you. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. Congratulations, Paul. And you say that's a real good ploy to get people to subscribe to YouTube. I was rich before you subscribed. I'm gonna be rich if you don't subscribe and not. Why? Because I filed 1041s. When I'm teaching you something, I'm teaching you for you. I'm not teaching you for me. All right. I'm teaching you for you because you ain't never filed one. So you don't know what's going on. So I'm telling you what's happening, because you ain't gonna get taught in school. You go to school until you're 95 years old, and you're not gonna learn what we're talking about today. Okay. So God bless you, and that'll help. That helps more people get some help. Help somebody else, and God will help you. That's how life goes. All right. So you file a 1040. And you're like, Brother Rick, I filed a 1040, man, and I'm trying to get back every dime I can get. I'm like, okay, so what are your options to get some money back? Okay, your first option is you ain't got no business, so you want to itemize your deductions. So you file a Schedule A. So all of you all who ain't got no companies and no businesses, you're filing Schedule A's to try to get some of y'all money back. Second thing you're doing is that you're filing for a credit if you got some kids, all right, for earned income credit. All right, so let's say you do that. First of all, you got to be broke to even get an earned income credit, because if you make over $66,000, you can't even get one, right? So that means you got to be two people in the crib ain't making over $60,000 is definitely eating camel soup every year. All right. You say, Ricky, are you talking about us? No, this is a money class. Okay. All right. I'm from the hood. I'm from the projects. Okay. I done been broke every kind of way you can possibly be broke. All right. We grew up. I was so doggone broke growing up and so poor growing up until I remember one day I was standing out here in this cold Chicago weather trying to get some ice off of this lady's porch off of grass, and I was out there for 2 hours freezing with some little muffins on, trying to use them for glass because I was broke. I had no money. My mom was broke. She raised 7 kids on the south side of Chicago by herself. You know, my father wasn't around. He wasn't helping nobody. So so it is what it is. So I've been real broke. So I don't apologize for being rich, because I've been real broke. And I don't apologize for having some common sense. Why? Because I'm not going to spend my time doing little petty stuff that don't make no money. And I'm not going to teach y'all petty stuff. I'm going to teach y'all how to, like, stop doing what you're doing that don't make no sense and start doing something that does make sense. And do it fast. The faster you do it, the faster you start getting the money. So filing a 1040, you're going to be marching in mud for the rest of your life because that stuff is too slow. Now, you hear me? So you file a 1040, and here you are, you got a 1040. And you're trying to get some money back on your taxes. So this is what you're doing. If you file a 1040, you're trying to get some money back. You say, man, I want that earned income credit. All right, well, you got to be real broke to get it. So I understand common law. I understand the law of the land, and that you're supposed to get your money back that you put in the bank. I know that. I know that that's a law. You don't know it's the law because you haven't been taught that. All right, I don't sit up. I'm not going to even lie to you and act like I'm going to answer a whole bunch of your questions online and stuff like that. Why? Because I don't have to do that. I'm busy. All right. I got kids, grandkids. That's why I'm here now, checking on my daughter. I got a daughter who done lost the use of her legs. All right. So what I do, I took her to see Wicked last night, and to the movies. I'm going to take her to see Gladiator tonight, take the grandkids out to whatever it is they want to do. Normally we would be in Hawaii this time of year in the sunshine, but my daughter can't walk. But you know what? At least I can walk with her while she's rolling it on. At least I can walk with her. At least I can walk with her while she's rolling on. While she's rolling, she ain't complaining. You know, she's a very gracious person. We be laughing. We laughing while we walking around. She moving one step at a time. Ain't even 40 years old, dealing with that lupus stuff. But I'm glad to be here. And so the holiday is wherever she is. That's what a holiday is for me. You know, because she runs my businesses with me, and she stomped down like 4 flat tires, and I got her back. Yeah. So that's what's up. So um, I lost track. Sorry about that. All right. So let's get back to this 1041. All right. So in order for you to get some money from this 1040, hopefully that answers your question, though. So if you want to learn more, just come to the challenge. All right. So hopefully, so not hopefully, but if you married and you want some money back from your 1040, and let's say you make $25,000 as a couple, that sounds crazy, but let's just say this happened. You get $2,575 back on your 1040. If you make $66,000, you can get $77,830 back. So that's the credit you can get back on a 1040. That's the highest credit you can get. Highest credit you can get is $7,830. So that's for you all who don't have a business. So let's say that you got a business and trying to get some money back. All right. So you got a business. You can write off things with your business. But when you write off things, that means that you get a proportion back of the money you spent. Not the money you spent, just a proportion back of the money that you spent. So that's a problem. Why? Because unless you spending millions and millions and millions of dollars, your write-offs don't come out to nothing no way. All right. And you got to be making a whole lot of money for a write-off to mean anything, because it's just a percentage of what it was that you wrote off. It's not the money you actually spent. It's just a percent of it based on whatever your tax bracket is. All right. So you don't want a percentage. You want all your money back. Okay. So everybody who wants all your money back, put 100% in the chat, and I'll teach you the next point. Okay. For all of y'all that want all y'all money back, put 100% in the chat, because 1040 A 1040 ain't gonna give your money back. It's gonna give you a percentage of what you wrote off if you got a business. All right. So that's better than nothing. That's better than nothing. That's better than nothing. Okay, it's better than nothing. But what? It ain't what I want. I don't want you to give me a percentage of nothing back. I want all my money back. I gave you the money, you used it, right? You got rich off of it. All right, so give me my money back. I want all of it. Every dollar I put in the bank, I want it back. Every dollar. How about you? Do you even want 100% of your money? I said just if you want it. All right, if you want it. The problem around here is people don't even want nothing. Really. I'm like, I don't get it. I'm like, you can go in the bank and just let them use your money. You don't want your money back? I mean, it don't mean nothing to you. I mean, I want all my money back. Why? Because I'm the one that put it in there. You used it. You made plenty. As soon as you put your money in the bank, they trade on the stock exchange at 15 times that you put in daily on the stock exchange. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know where your money is when you put it in the bank. You ain't about to ask the bank no question about your money. Why? Because you're not educated. And the bank, their job is not to educate you. Their job is to exploit you. All right. When you come into the bank, you're getting exploited. You ain't getting educated. You hear me? And the only person asking questions is the banker. If that ain't gangsta, I don't know what it is. If that ain't gangsta, I don't know what it is. What are you doing with my money, player? None of your business what I'm doing with your money. Now let's get back on track. What's your mama's name? What's your mama's maiden name? Where you live at, partner? All right. What's your social security number? They check you behind and get you back in check and tell you that we the ones who ask the questions around here, not you. All right. So that's why you got to educate your kids. You running your kids back and forth to the bank, open up all these bank accounts, and they sitting around your crib right now, and y'all just kicking it for the holiday, and y'all not getting educated. That's why Uncle Ricky talking to you today. I'm like, and if they ain't got up yet, get them up. Tell them get up. Tell them to get up. Tell them to get up. Tell them to get up. So you will not lay here in the bed while I'm over here getting educated. Then I got to try to tell you what Brother Ricky was saying. That's what's up. So 1040 is handcuffs, because what it's saying is that I don't want none of my money back. That's what it's saying when you file a 1040. It's like, keep my money. Just give me a percentage of it through some type of deduction, either with a Schedule A or some deductions with a Schedule C. All right. Or give me some type of earned income credit, all that ghetto stuff. You know what I'm saying? In other words, waste my time. All right. Just waste some more of my time. What you could be doing is filing a 1041. So let's look at the difference. So if you go online right now and open up a 1041, I'm going to show you the first 8 lines on the left side. I'm going to explain them to you because you don't know what they are. All right, so I'm going to explain them to you. But first, let me explain to you what a 1041 actually is, okay? So a 1041 is the fiduciary of a domestic descendants estate, all right? It's a trust or bankruptcy estate. They trust or bankruptcy estates file 1041s to report the income, deductions, gains, losses, etc. of the estate or trust. All right. So write this down. A 1041 is not a filing. A 1041 is a reporting. All right. So y'all filing income taxes. You ought to be reporting trust activity. All right. So report, don't file. You say, so Ricky, you don't. So you can ask me, say, Ricky, you don't file no 1040? Yeah, I got a couple of businesses. Yeah, I got a couple of businesses and I filed 1040s on them. But that's so I can get money off the companies. Why? You say, why is that? Because I want to put as much money as I can into my trust accounts. So when I file my 1041s, I get rich. All right, that little chump change off of those 1040s, that's some chump change. The real money is in reporting your trust activity, not filing taxes. Filing taxes is an individual thing. Reporting trust activity is an estate thing. That means that the trust is in control of everything and not you. See, the problem with folks is folks want to be in control. I'm like, but you out of control. Are you hearing me? You think you're in control, but just look at that little puny income tax check you got. Obviously, you're out of control. You made 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 plus whatever you earned this year, whatever you earned for 2024. And now it's coming up time to file taxes on the other side. And you looking at either some little skimpy check, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, or maybe you hit the broke people's lottery and you get $10,000, maybe. All right. Or you you over here on our side of the tracks, and you're getting checks that as much as 7-figure checks. All right. And the reason is because you filing income taxes, you're not reporting them. Are you hearing me? So if you're going to be filing 1040s, you better be reporting 1041s too. So they can offset the stuff that you do with the filing. All right. You ever see somebody and then they start fighting on this side of the football field and they start fighting on this side? So they give them both a penalty. So they said it offset each other. All right. So if you don't want to be upset, then you need to offset your taxes. All right. So when you report this, you report the income, deductions, gains, losses, etc. The income that is either accumulated or held for future distribution or distributed currently to the beneficiaries. So 1040s, write this down. Our people file 1040s because their mindset is temporary. People file 1041s because their mindset is finite. All right. All right. That's why we file them. The whole reason that I even learned all this stuff, or I continue to learn, is because I'm down here checking on my grandkids now, because that's my posterity. In other words, I ain't running around this earth thinking about me. All right. I think about me only in the sense of how have I duplicated myself. All right. So people who file 1041s, the whole reason is because we're doing what? We are managing an estate. So we need stuff to offset our taxes and to give us tax credits so that we can make money way faster and way larger amounts of it so that we can have time to train the kids. So I'll be teaching Joey today, 11. Be teaching Tyler today, she's 18. Teaching them what? Teaching them whatever I want to teach them. Why? Because I got the time. Why? Because when your money is offset, then your time is onset. Did you get what I said? I'm the one who decides what to do with my time, not the state, not no job, none of these little beggarly things, these elements that'll keep me away from my grandkids because they got to be trained. I hear me or else it's like I'm just living for nothing. Y'all sitting around here right now talking to y'all kids. It better not just be about no entertainment. All right. They should be up right now with their pens out. They should be up right now. Listen to Uncle Ricky. You dig what I'm saying? You got very few people teaching y'all about trust, teaching y'all about posterity. And I know that. I realize that. So get them up. I keep telling y'all get them up because I can see in my spirit that y'all listening to me, but y'all kids still sleep. Yeah, they tired, Brother Ricky. You know, they tired from what? They tired from what? They don't pay no bills. You don't want to pay that's such a weak, that's so disgusting for a person to be talking about their kids tired. I'm like, no, you tired. You're a tired parent. All right. You're a lazy person because you're letting these lazy bums lay around you. Cut it out. Okay. Wake them up. All right. Wake them up and tell them to get an ink pen out. I don't want them to get no attitude. That's too bad. Let them get an attitude. How you even let it get to the point where a person can walk around your house with an attitude in the first place? Ain't nobody got no attitudes in my house. I mean, hear me? You ain't got enough money to have no attitude. You ain't got enough money to be upset. Are you hearing me? Get up off that thing and dance, and you'll feel better. Come on, let's go. All right. So that's two major differences between a 1040 and 1041. With a 1040, you could just get part of your money back. With a 1041, you get every dollar you put in the bank back to offset all your bills. Are you hearing me? Why? Because you got all your money back, 100% of it, not a little bit of it, but 100% of it. Why? Because the law says that the debt of the United States, it doesn't belong to you, it belongs to the United States. But you cannot file a 1040 as a creditor. When you file a 1040, you automatically a debtor because the 1040 is connected to your slavery social security number, not yours, but their slavery social security number that your mother signed up for when you were born. So if you file a 1040, you are filing a slavery tax return, which means that you can get is percentages back of money that you spent, but you can't get your money. Are you hearing me? Man, who would want to get married and all you can have is pieces of your wife? Who would want to get married and all you can have is pieces of your husband? Are you hearing me? And all day long, you're like, can I have all of you? You're like, I don't know, hang around for the next 50 years. You can have my pinky toe right now. Everybody put NPT in the chat. No pinky toes. Nobody want no pinky toes around here. You know what I'm talking about? Give me all of you. Don't give me none of you. All right. You can have my pinky toe. Come on, put it in the chat. Y'all ain't laughing with me. Come on, y'all better come on now. Put it in the chat. NPT. No pinky toes up in here. All right. That's what happens. That's what y'all do if all these 1040s. All you get is a percentage of this back and a little right off of this back. And if you put your furniture over here in the corner over here and do the claim 13 feet around the edges of it and all that, you can get that back too. And then be praising God too. Praising God that you got what? That you got your pinky toe. No pinky toes, player. All right, so let me read to you. Oh, okay. So with a 1099, so the only thing that y'all can file with those 1040s, I'm sorry about 1099. Only thing I file with those 1040s, and to get y'all a little pinky toe money back, is you get a Schedule A, a Schedule C, or you might get an earned income credit. And you pretty much hit. All right, that's pretty much the extent of what you got to work with. You got very limited options just to get back your little pinky toe. All right, but when you file a 1041, on the other hand, then the forms that somebody just asked me a minute ago, is that all you have to file? No, you file a 1041 and you file a 1099A. Okay, you file a 1099B in some cases if you got one of our 10X ministry trusts, or you file a 1099 OID. You're going to file these forms all the time. Typically, you're going to file these. You say, why is that? Because the 1099A means that you want your money back from the bank. So you have to file it. You say, Brother Ricky, what if I don't file it? It's going to get filed. Why? Because the bank don't file it. Are you hearing me? They'd be glad to file it on your behalf. And every year you've been in the tax system, all your life, a 1099A has been filed. You say, why would nobody tell me that? Why would somebody tell you how to get the money that they getting that you ain't aware of? Why would somebody tell you that? They ain't gonna tell you that. Why? Because they think your money is their money. Why? Because it is their money. It's every dollar you put in the bank is the bank's money until you become a creditor. If you don't become a creditor, every dollar you put in the bank's money, it is the bank's money. All right? Because they treat you like, how do I know? Because people wire me money to my trust on a regular basis for me to teach them what to do. All right? When they get ready to wire their money, I don't know how many times they standing at the bank and the banker looking at them talking about what you gonna do with this money. I'm like, if that ain't enough to get you pimp slapped, you're talking to a grown man and a grown woman. I'm like, who the hell you think you're talking to? If I want to wipe my butt with my money, that's my business. How dare you ask me what I'm gonna do with my money? The banks are pimps. This is the way the bank look at us. They look at us like economic hoes. So that's the way they feel. That's the only who can muster up enough nerve to ask a person what you finna do with this money. Who had audacity to ask a grown man or grown like you a minor or something, or like you incompetent or something, or like you can't read and write, or like there's something wrong with you or something. You did? Ask you a question like that. Only a pimp want to know what his money. And that's the way the banks look at us. They look at us like economic whoredom. And I don't care if you black, white, or whatever you are. Are you listening to me? Most of my clients are black. You say, so why is that, Ricky? Probably because most white people, they don't understand how smart I am. So they probably look at me and say, oh, sure, talking good over there. Just can't see myself and letting a Negro teach me what to do. Well, let me help all my white friends, okay? I don't need y'all money, okay? I don't need your money. If you come over here, you better look at me as a smart man. Ain't got nothing to do with me being black, all right? What's going to happen to you is you're not going to get your money, Bob, okay? That's what's going to happen to you. You're going to freaking get left out. That's for all my white friends. I got a lot of white friends, okay? So for all y'all that's tripping about a brother being black and being a genius, that's your problem, all right? Why? Because it don't make no difference whether somebody black or white. If they got sense, they got sense, all right? And snap out of it, all right? You're going to end up over there holding the bag too. I'm going to tell all my white friends. Let me tell y'all this. Merry Christmas to y'all, all my white buddies and friends and homies. Hear me real good. Let me tell y'all what Dr. King, what he told when he was locked up in a Birmingham jail. And he's locked up in this Birmingham jail. And he was talking to the guys that had him locked up. So he's talking to some hillbillies, basically, right? Now. So they got him locked up enough, naturally, right? Because he's defying their fake laws, which wasn't lawful in the first place. Just like you going to the bank and giving the bank your money and they keeping it. It's unlawful, but you don't know it. and you don't know how to fight it. So you just put up with it. It's called assent. It means that you just silently go along with something. But Dr. King and everybody during that time, they was like, hell no, we ain't going along with that no more. We ain't getting on the back of no buses no more. We sitting wherever we want to sit. We're going to eat wherever we want to eat. We're going to drink wherever we want to drink. We're going to marry whoever we want to marry. And come on with it. If that's going to cause some conflict, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way, because he had some balls. He wasn't no joke. Dr. King was a revolutionary. So he's down here in the jail, and he's talking to some of the jailers. You know, it's naturally all white jail. So he's sitting in Alabama, in a little hot, funky jail in Birmingham, talking to the guards. So he said, hey, man, he said, how much money y'all make? So the guards say, make about, let's see here. Let me see here. We make about, hold on, let me think about it right now. I get my calculator out. Let me see. We make about 50 cents an hour. 50 cents an hour. I hear me talking about, let me get my calculator out. Well, if you need a calculator to count 50 cents, you slow as hell. You hear me? So Dr. King said, y'all make how much? So we make about 50 cents an hour. 50 cents an hour. He said, oh man. He said, y'all make 50 cents an hour and you got me locked up? He said, bro, y'all ought to be out here marching with us, player. So that's just my Christmas message to all my white buddies, because y'all should be rich. I could help a whole bunch of y'all get rich too. So this is what you're going to see when you open up a 1041. You're going to see this on the left side where it tells you what type of a trust. First of all, as soon as you read it, it lets you know that this is the reporting, it lets you know that this is the reporting of trust activity. It lets you know that that's what a 1041 is for. It's not a tax filing, it's a tax reporting of your trust activity. Are you hearing me? And that's what? That's superior, because it's not filing, it's reporting. That means what? You have anonymity. Why? Because you're reporting a trust activity. You're not reporting your individual behavior. Listen to me, ain't nobody up in your individual business. You have the right to what? Private contracts. That's what trusts are. Private contracts. You have the right to private contracts. You have that right to a private contract. You don't have to have people in your financial business. That's why when Senator John McCain died, you didn't hear nothing about his stuff. It wasn't on no papers and all that sort of thing. On the contrary, when Aretha Franklin died, what, $8 million worth of taxes? When Michael Jackson died, what, now they going at him for $700 million right now as we speak, 15 years later after the man died. All right. And you would think Michael Jackson, probably the most popular person in the world, you would think just little jacked up lawyers would have had enough sense to put this man inside of a private trust. Michael Jackson had a trust, but he had a revocable trust. All right. So you know that ain't worth the paper it's written on. So proof of that is it don't make no sense. It's just that the person ain't educated with what an irrevocable trust is. So that's what they sell. They sell a revocable trust. So they sell you what they make money off of. It's like these dudes sold me a refrigerator. These crackheads sold me a refrigerator. I used to live on a crackhead block in Harvey, Illinois. We was buying houses and rehabilitating. My brother was, at least, back in the early 2000s. So he bought this crib in Harvey, Illinois, in the street called Charlington. So it's a ghetto neighborhood. But what the heck, you know? I'm saved. I ain't doing no street stuff no more. I'm good, you know. I ain't worried about dying, you know. So I'm over here. I'm buying and selling purses and stuff. That's what I was doing. Flying to New York, getting purses, bringing them back and selling. So the crackheads come over to my crib one day, and they like, Brother Rick, you ain't got no refrigerator in here. I'm like, no, I ain't got no refrigerator. They say, I hardly ever here. So the next morning, about 6 o'clock in the morning, knocking on the door. I open up the door. Hey, Brother Rick, where you want it? I'm like, where I want what? Where you want the refrigerator? I'm like, oh, these dudes done went into the appliance business, huh? They went and jacked some refrigerator from someplace. I'm like, all right, man, how much y'all want for it? They say, give us $35, Brother Rick. I'm like, all right, cool. So I gave him $35. And 3 days later, the refrigerator still ain't cold. Oh, jacked up bootleg refrigerator. So three days later, now I can't find these marks nowhere, right? One of them live right next door to me, but they Swayze, they ghosts. So when you're talking to people about anything and you sell somebody something, investigate what you're talking about. Find out if it's in the best interest of the person, not if it's commissionable. All right? Just don't be that lazy. All right. All you gotta just do is just keep searching things out, and you'll find out what actually is in somebody's best interest. Instead of you running around making some commissions off of something, happy about that little money you made. Why? Because somebody gonna catch up with your crackhead butt sooner or later. That's why. Selling people broke refrigerators. Are you hear what I'm saying? Are you hear what I'm saying? Because crackheads get their head cracked. Are you hear what I'm talking about? All right. Okay, so let me finish reading this. So look on the left side of this 1041 at the top on the left. Okay, look over here. And where it's showing you the different type of trust that file. They're just showing you the different type of trust that file a 1041. In other words, the designation for the trust. All right, so the first one is descendants trust. Number 2, simple trust. Number 3, complex trust. Number 4, qualified disability trust. Number 5, ESBT. ESBT means electing small business trust. It's associated with people who file S corporations. All right. The next one, this is the big kahuna right here, is the grantor type trust. All right. That's the one I'm going to teach you, but I'm going to read the rest to you. Then we're going to come back to the grantor. So everybody that's taking notes, I'm going to teach you why Shantae got $1,042,154.79 for money for 96,000 little measly dollars being in the bank for 13 months. Okay, I'm going to show you why she got all that money. This is the designation of the trust. The trust designation is a grantor trust. All right, so grantor. But let me read these other ones to you first, because I want to give you some ideas behind these other ones first. All right, so bankruptcy estate, chapter 7, bankruptcy estate, chapter 11. So you say, what you all don't realize is that the United States Corporation of America has been bankrupt since 1933, meaning that they have to have some trustees that have the fiduciary responsibility of administering the bankruptcy. You say, so who is that? It's the World Bank, all right, the International Monetary Fund. These people are the trustees for the debt of the United States. You say, what, the United States got a debt? The United States ain't made no money since 1933. The United States has been in debt since 1933. Their debt doesn't belong to you. Their debt belongs to them. The United States Corporation of America, which was incorporated in 1925 in New York. Okay, so this corporation that they run, that's posing in DC as a country, is a corporation. Trust life is the kind of life that Donald Trump likes. Donald Trump loves trust. When you become president of the United States, you sign what's called a blind trust. All the presidents have to do this. And what's supposed to happen is that they're supposed to not be privy to the assets that's in a trust, so that they can just focus on being the president of the United States. So it's a ritual that they all go through. It's called a blind trust. Look it up on your own time when you get time, and you'll realize that it's assigned to the presidents when they come in, so that they'll be concerned about the people, which is what they're supposed to be paying attention to. Trump is a businessman, an ever-vested businessman. Trump loves common law. All right. You say, I don't like Donald Trump. I'm talking about money. All right. I ain't got no person. I don't know Donald Trump. I don't know what he owns. Okay. But I know when it comes down to money, when it comes down to business, and that this guy believes in common law. There's going to be a lot of money made this year in 2025. It's going to be a lot of money made in crypto. It's going to be quadrillions of dollars made in crypto. I would empty my coffers out buying crypto for 2025. But I would do them all through a trust first, so I can get my money back that I'm putting in the trust, plus whatever money it is that I'm making. Anyway, let's get back to so I'm teaching you, if you look at a 1041 and you see bankruptcy chapter 7, bankruptcy chapter 11, it's letting you know that bankruptcies are administrated through trust. There has to be a trustee in order to have a bankruptcy. If you ever filed bankruptcy before, then somebody was a trustee to your bankruptcy. All right. In other words, they facilitated the bankruptcy. Are you digging what I'm saying? They're the ones that's in control of how things are distributed. So as a trustee of your own trust, the beautiful thing is that you are the trustee because you are the grantor of this trust when you file this 1041. You ain't got to pay no fiduciary fees to nobody because you are the fiduciary. All right. So you don't want the World Bank being your trustee. You don't want the International Monetary Fund being your trustee. He said, come on, Brother Rick, just drop it like it's hot, man. I ain't got time. Like I was talking last time I was live here. Some young disrespectful dude. I hope he was young. I hope he wasn't no old man like me. But some disrespectful dude gets on here while I'm talking, explaining stuff to you all, and say, get to the point. So when you see this on a form, it's telling you that bankruptcy estates, chapter 7, chapter 11, that they're all part of what can be filed on a 1041. So who's filed a 1041? Who's filed a 1041? The people who got the bankruptcy against the United States of America filed 1041s. Did you hear what I said? I'm talking about the people who are in control of America's debt, administering America's debt. They filed 1041s because all chapter 11s and chapter 7s can be filed on a 1041. It's a powerful form. It's a powerful form. All right. So the last one in this category is a pool. We on 1041. All of you all who listening, just tuned in. I'm teaching y'all what a 1041 is. And I'm teaching you all of the trust categories that can be filed, that can be reported, I should say, on a 1041. We're teaching the last category right now, and then I'm going to go into the grantor before I get up out of here. All right? Okay? So the last category is called pooled income fund. All right? You say, so what is a pooled income fund? A pooled income fund is in exchange for a donation. This is somebody donates to a charity, to a charitable cause. Now, the donors are provided a stream of income for the rest of their life. The pooled income can pay income for life, joint lives on for up to 2 income beneficiaries. All right, so why people do all that? That's because they try their best to reduce their taxes. But all of that stuff is statutory. All of that stuff is deductions. All of that stuff is partial returns. Baby, when you get a grantor trust, like what Shantae got, like what I have, like what my clients have, when you get a grantor trust, an irrevocable trust, and you file a 1041, watch out. See what happens. When you file a 1041 with a grantor trust, you ain't got no tax liability. All right? 2 reasons. First reason is because if you get what we call an asset protection trust, the first reason is because if you get an asset protection trust, it protects all of your assets and you get a tax-free EIN number. Tax-free, mailed to you directly from the IRS. Did you hear what I said? It'll be the best Christmas present, New Year's present, money present you ever got in your life. You go to the mailbox and open up your mailbox and you got a letter from the Internal Revenue Service with a tax-free EIN in the name of your trust. All right, not in your name. Why? Because you can't get no tax-free EIN in your name. Why is that? Because your name is tied to your social. And your social is a slavery device. You operate on 1040s. I'm talking about 1041s today. And I'm taking an hour and 13 minutes to slow walk y'all through why we filed it and why it's the difference between you getting this real money back and you running around like a chicken with your head cut off for the next 15 or 20 years and donating your money to the state and donating your life to the state and donating your legacy to the state and leaving your kids in the same shape to do the same thing when you leave up out of here because you're the one they watched. Because now every deposit that goes into a trust account that has a tax-free EIN, that money is not taxable, and it's what? It comes back to you on your next year's tax refund. Why? Because you're reporting the activity of the trust, you're not filing no tax return. It's not no what? It's not no tax return. It ain't no return of little taxes you paid. It's a refund of the money you put into the debtor's system. Did you hear what I said? He said, I don't believe it, Brother Rick. I'm going to read it to you one more time and I got to go. $1,042,154.79. $76,884.79. You say, what are you reading, Brother Ricky? I just read you Shantae's tax return for tax from her reporting her 1041 tax refund, and the money came from them refunding her what? Back on money she put into the system. Right. The money she deposited in the bank. This ain't no Ma and Pa stuff we talking about around here. We ain't talking about chicken noodle soup and Roma noodles and all that stuff. We ain't talking about you getting no percentage back of something written off and all. We talking about your money back, all your money back. Now, not only did she get $1,042,154 and 79 cents. But her interest alone was $76,884.79. And we wasn't expecting no check back in the 13 months. We were prepared for 3 to 5 years. That would have been fine with us. All right. We don't care. They got to pay us interest every day. So it is what it is. $76,000 worth of interest on $96,000. And you thought you was doing good with your CD. You thought you was doing good with your annuity. You thought you was doing good with your 401k. You thought you was doing good with your mutual fund. You thought you was doing good with your fake life insurance, fake infinite banking life insurance policy. You say, Brother Ricky, can I have an appointment with you? It's $50,000 an hour. So if you want to spend $50,000, I'll take it, but I don't even want it. Why? Because I'm going to go out here and kick it with Joey and kick it with Tyler and run around here and have fun with the grandkids. That's what I want to do. I don't want to be having no personal appointments with people. It take up too much time. But if you pay it, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. If you pay it, I'll show you. You must have a serious problem if you want to pay $50,000 for an hour. If you got a serious problem, I got serious answers. All right, I can help you if that's what you want to do. But I don't even want it. That's why I set the price at $50,000. So everybody leave me alone. You say, Ricky, what kind of? I ain't never seen no sales meeting like this. Come to my class. I'll teach you a whole bunch of other stuff you ain't never seen. I'll teach you how to stop chasing people for the rest of your life. Y'all still living in a Flintstone age. Y'all still doing stuff hanging out. That stuff y'all doing don't make money. Some of y'all got regular jobs. Just about an hour. Just wasting away. All that talent, just wasting away. Because the Bible say, the just shall live by faith. And you ain't even a just person unless you leave an inheritance to your children's children. Because the Bible says what? A good man or a good woman leaves a heritage. Proverbs 13:22 leaves a heritage to their children's children. Was 42. Proverbs 13 chapter. Leave a heritage to their children's children. So you ain't even good. And I'm down here with the grandkids. Why? Because you ain't even good until your grandkids got something. You say, I'm a good man. I'm a good woman. Yeah. You can make your own definition of good if you want to. I'm telling you what the Bible called good. I ain't talking about what you made up. Are you hearing me? Why? Because anybody that ain't concerned about their grandkids is selfish. When your mind gets on the second generation, then your brain opens up to all kinds of stuff. Are you listening to me? People in a hurry. I'm like, what, you in a hurry to be broke? Well, if you're in a hurry to be broke, get in a broke lane and do 1,000 miles an hour. Don't make me no never mind. Why? Because we'll be cruising, what? In the wealthy lane. Because of the way we think. The way we think. You ain't got no excuses because I'm from the hood, baby. And everything I learned from reading, learning, studying, and the main thing I read and study is the Bible. And then I learned all these books that line up with common law. And then I hire people that know what they're doing. Have a great day. Enjoy your families, all right? Have a wonderful time. God bless you.